Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now you asked for it, so I'm going to bring it for a whole week. I will be doing updated money methods, new money methods and all that good stuff, including on Saturday another glitch returning method. But before we get into this video, I'd like to say a big thank you to the controller people for sponsoring me for this video and in the future. Don't forget to go and check the link in the description down below for all your PlayStation controller needs, and it really helps my channel out as well. So up first, I thought I'd actually cover one of the update 1.23 cars, considering two of them are pretty much useless in terms of earning that money back. However, this thing can help you, sort of recoup some of that money you may have put out for all of the new cars from update 1.23. This is the Nissan Silvia Type S or the Nissan Silvia S14. It comes in at 60,000 credits, so it's a very cheap starting point. And in terms of modifications, after you spent about 200,000 credits, it's pretty much good to go. So this is what we are running. We are running a wide-bodied car. We're at the front in terms of the aero. We are running Type A. Then if we go over to the sides again, we are running Type A. Then for the rear, we are running Type A again. However, where things get a little bit different is on the wing. We're going to run a custom wing set, which is a medium-sized wing with Type A end plates. So just go ahead and put them on, and it will allow you to get extra downforce from this build. So hopefully I don't have to explain this every video, but the PP system has changed, and no, the suspension not changing or affecting your PP is not a glitch at all. It's actually intentional to essentially counteract glitch builds. However, glitch builds keep coming back, so it's essentially done absolutely nothing. So hopefully Polyphony just realised, look, you're fighting a losing battle. Either remove the PP system entirely or give us the original one back where everything affected it and let us just tune to our heart's content. So for this one, as you can see, we're going to start on the racing hard tyres, but you need to make sure that you've also got the intermediates and the heavy wets. Run the hard tyres on both to begin with, and then on suspension run the fully customizable. Body height at the front will be 95 and at the rear will be 100. Anti-roll bar is 4 at the front and then again 4 at the rear. Damping ratio compression is 35 at the front and then again 35 at the rear. Damping ratio expansion is 45 at the front and then again 45 at the rear. Natural frequency will be up next at 1.90 at the front and 2.10 at the rear. Negative camber angle, well, at the front you're going to be running 0.5 and at the rear you're going to be running 1.5. Toe angle is 0 at the front and then again at the rear it's 0.15. Don't forget you can customize this to your own liking. This is just for me personally. We're running a fully customizable LSD and we've left that in default, which is actually 15, 40 and then 20. Transmission, we're running the fully customizable racing transmission. We're going to set this to 320. However, I did notice the gears were a little bit too long, so feel free to kind of tone them down. ECU, we're running a fully customizable ECU with no ballast and no output adjustment. Downforce 81 at the front and then at the rear we're running 250. For the turbocharger, we're running a high RPM turbocharger with an anti-lag system installed. In terms of the actual anti-lag system, we've got that set to strong, so this does give you a little bit of a performance boost. On the intercooler, we are running a racing intercooler, racing air cleaner, and then we are also running a racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold, and then just down here, as you can see, we are running a racing slotted disc for the brake system. Brake pads are racing, and then there's nothing else in terms of the handbrake or the brake balance. However, if you go up here to clutch and flywheel, again, that is racing. So then we'll move on to the Puma Mods. We've got bore up, stroke up, engine balance tuning, polished ports, high lift camshaft, and then just here we have a racing crankshaft, and then we've got the weight reductions. It's going to be stage 1, 2 and 3 installed, and we've also increased the body rigidity. So the tuning system does actually allow you to get some rather overpowered builds. The event we're going to be running is in Europe for this one. Obviously, if you can't tell by the PP, we've got the car set at, and you're going to head into France, and it's a World Touring Car 700 event. Just go ahead and enter that. That is mainly for new players that may have not done a method before. So the best way to run this car, I would probably say, is keep it in fuel mix 6, because its fuel consumption is actually quite good, which took me by surprise. Mostly if you run a kind of road going car, you'll get around about 2 laps at most, but once you put this in fuel mix 6, you'll get around about 3 laps a time out of the fuel. I would have only had to pit probably the once, however I did kind of get caught out with the weather, and that is thanks to the weather radar glitch. Essentially that's come back now and it's a complete mess, so it did kind of catch me out a little bit, causing me to do an extra pit stop. However, we did manage to do essentially what most people will do at this point, is stop and wait at the finish line and then just crawl across, so you get it done in the shortest time possible. In terms of running this car, it's not the fastest, it's definitely not the probably most insanely grippy build going. However, it's very competent, and I just thought, you know what, I've not done a single build for one of the update 1.23 cars, and considering 2 of them are useless because EV cars in this game are designed around being the most useless things in the game, it would be good to kind of get a 1.23 car which can actually earn you some of that money back. Now, I cannot stress this enough, sorry, you know, this build isn't going to be for everyone. You know, some people may like it, some people may not. Like I said, I did have the gear ratio set a little bit too high, so I wasn't getting the maximum speed down the straight. But yeah, you just need to kind of find your own rhythm, and again, with being able to customize the suspension and such, that means you can play around and get the car to kind of just feel how you really want it to feel. I am essentially just going to be giving you a basic overview, and then you can really just play around, you know, with it yourself. But quite early on, we are going to take the lead and essentially just not look back at this point. This is due to the, you know, better fuel consumption, which means we can pretty much run in line with Group 4 race cars while using a road car, which is always very handy. It means that you're not doing, you know, a stop every 2 laps. You can essentially one stop, because rain seems, you know, quite, I guess, more regular this update than it did before. It feels much like it did when the Le Mans event first came around. I seem to be getting rain pretty much every run at this point. But once you get onto lap 2, I do recommend just keep your eye on that weather radar and just kind of monitor it for any rain incoming, even if it is a little bit glitched at this point. I don't know if it's like this for everyone, but for me personally, it's an absolute nightmare really to track. So this is what the weather radar looks like now. So as you can see, we've got a huge bunch of rain incoming, or should I say what actually looks like rain. And what you'll see is when it does come and it starts covering the track, or where the track should be on the map, most of the time there's actually no rain there, so it can really throw you off, especially if you're, you know, coming towards the end of your lap and you think, oh, okay, maybe I'll pit now because that looks like a ton of rain coming, and then it turns out you're on the wrong tyres for the, you know, for the next God knows how many laps, and you have to drive an absolutely awful feeling car. So yeah, it's just really strange. You'll see that it will start raining and your windscreen wipers will come on, but there'll be no rain coming down, and you're essentially just looking for the deep dark blue spots, because that seems to be the only bit that is actually guaranteed rain. The light blue seems to be very hit and miss. Sometimes it'll rain, sometimes it won't. It's just really kind of strange, and to be honest, it's not making this grind, you know, very much fun currently. So on to lap 3, we're actually going to pit for our first pit stop. As you can see, we've just got enough fuel to complete those 3 laps in fuel mix 6. Now I'm going to go on to the hard tyres here. However, this is essentially just going to, I guess, catch me out, and that's due to the weather radar really. I wasn't able to kind of monitor what rain was coming, you know, well enough. So I'm going to go onto the hards. At this point I should have really dipped onto the intermediates, because the rain is going to start coming down, and it's going to start coming down quite heavily. So this is going to actually cause me to have to pit again the next lap. So I will show you both pit stops and you'll kind of see what I mean by, you know, the rain's pretty much here at this point and it's going to come down very, very fast. So lap 4, I'm actually going to have to pit again, but it wasn't too bad because AI did actually have to pit again on this lap to get the inters or the wets on, whichever one the AI decided to choose. For me personally, I'm going to pick the intermediate tyres here. I'm going to fill the car to full, and that is going to be enough to just get myself to the end of this race. If it does rain, you are essentially at a very easy advantage, to be honest, because AI really does struggle. They'll get caught out, their lap times will get absolutely dropped, especially when they're on dry tyres and caught out in the rain. And this will actually mostly allow you to do the stop and wait at the end and get this done in the fastest time possible. So as you can see, we've come out in a huge bunch of rain. However, the AI is also pitting. Now we are on the end of lap 6. We could go around for another lap, however that's going to take longer than it would to actually stop and wait. So we've got enough time, you know, on the countdown and compared to where the AI is behind us to essentially park the car and sit at this start finish line, allowing us to essentially, you know, sit around for a minute or so and then just drive over pretty much dot on the 30-minute mark. Now most people will do this, as you can see. As soon as it counts down, you're just going to go straight over, and that's it, job done in the shortest amount of time possible. You know, over a longer period of grinding, it really does sort of save you those, you know, extra laps or so. So if you kind of run this 6 times, you've got yourself sort of a free run at it. As you can see, overall, we've done a 30 minutes 2 seconds, 0.122, with a fastest lap on lap 2 of 4 minute 20.295, which isn't too bad, considering, you know, most of this race was just an absolute washout. But, you know, Le Mans seems to be coming back to that more, I guess, when it was originally implemented into the game kind of weather, where it seems to rain pretty much every run. So it's 825k in around about 30 minutes, nice and easy. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. You guys voted for it, so this is what I'm bringing you. A week of money methods. Some of them will be sort of the old ones kind of revamped if I can get them working. Some are just not very good at all anymore. But I will try and bring you some fresh ones mixed in as well, just to kind of please everyone. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget we do have a Discord, so that will be in the description down below. So are my donation links and my affiliate link for the controller people, so don't forget to go and check them out. I'll be bringing you daily uploads for money guides and all that good stuff, mixed in with, you know, maybe some other games and some other different kind of Gran Turismo 7 topics, but money guides will be the main focus. See you later, guys. Peace.